What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony, and today we are going to do some adjustments on the front was it the coilover conversion kit that I have from Level Up Suspension. It's an amazing kit. The e-box springs really do make this truck feel a lot better, especially in the front end with the weight of having the winch and the bumper and everything else on there. It's not nose diving, and I think the springs may have settled, so because that's just typically what some things just happen, they settle, and I got to do some adjustments on it. And I also want to raise it up just a tad. I think I did it roughly about 1.25 inches on both sides, so I'm gonna go up to the full 2 inches. But it does come with some punches to help spin it, and unfortunately when doing it, I'm bending the heck out of these punches, and so unfortunately, I'm not really a big fan of this, but it works. Again, nothing on Level Up Suspension. It's an amazing company. They make really amazing stuff. The only thing I kind of really wish that would be a little bit better if they had like an actual bigger thing I can grab on, kind of like a spanner wrench, I think. But unfortunately, the downside is, if this thing will zoom in here, is just bending. Do come with 2 of them. I can't find my other one, but yeah, let's just pull off the wheels and tires, and let's just get it all. So right now on the front side, I'm about 40 inches, and then in the rear I am about 42. So to really get this thing kind of really leveled up, we're gonna go up to the full 2 inches, and it's gonna help push that up. And one thing I did notice about the 1.25 inches with the running the 35s, I do think I am rubbing a little bit back here. I can't really see any really marks, but I just know I'm rubbing because I can hear it. Or unless it's just how the front is with the bumpers and how we have this kind of caved in. I'm not 100% sure where it's actually coming from because I don't really see any marks. But the only reason I know it's rubbing is because I hear it. Especially the only time I really hear it is when I'm pulling or I'm going forward and I hit the brakes, and it's right when I'm kind of backing into my driveway. That's kind of really the only thing I'm actually hearing the rubbing part. So let's just dive in. Let's get these rims and tires off. So first thing I'm going to do is pull off these little clips for the brake line. Get yourself a little crow's foot. This just pops out. You pop this one out. One thing I would actually do, take this 10 mil and take this bracket and just spin it backwards, just to get that out of our way, because we're just basically removing the sway bar. And then we are also removing the upper, and then there's a couple bolts down here, and then also the tie rod. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to remove the tie rod, which is the same thing. 21. The main reasons why it's so hard when you're hitting the trails, your threads are going to get so corroded with dirt and mud and stuff like that, so it's going to make it really hard for you to twist while it's on the truck itself. But one thing you can do, they do make a huge I know Level Up, or I believe Level Up sells the like a big cover that goes over the the shock itself, so that would help. And then also if you probably lube these up with like anti-seize and stuff like that, it would probably help it, especially being in the threads itself, would definitely help you be able to turn this while it's on. Fortunately, I didn't do any anti-seize, so I got to actually do I gotta compress the springs a little bit and just spin this. So one thing that I was doing, or when I have this set up at about as 1 inch, and I think it's 1.25 inches. We got to go all the way up to the top up here on the threads for the actual 2-inch. So I think that will actually help, and then it will actually shrink the or put some pressure on the spring a little bit to help really stiffen up the front end a little bit more. So let's just compress these. So now you can see we are reading exactly 2 inches. So unfortunately, yeah, it sucks that we have to take the whole shock off just to get the spin a lot easier. But I do think instead of, you know, bending these non-stop, or feel like I'm going to keep breaking them, I think it's just easier taking it off. Taking off the shock is like 20 minutes or so, so about maybe an hour's worth of work. And then you can always just go back, retighten everything down. So I do think that is kind of helpful, so you can go back over all your stuff. And so now we got it exactly at 2 inches. Like I said before, I think it was there at about 1.25 inches. Because I wanted to see how it rode. So now we are good to go. So now we can take this, throw it back on this on the truck, and do the other side. While I'm thinking about it, I would actually put get a little permanent marker, and kind of just mark a little line, you know, just to make sure that everything kind of goes back in line. So I already know in the comments down below, you guys are gonna be asking, how does the ride feel now, going from, you know, basically 1.25 inch lift to the full 2 inches. I'll be honest with you guys, I really didn't feel too much of a difference on the ride quality because it already rode amazing with the e-box springs. But I will say the one thing I did notice, because I am running the 35s, is that when I was just backing into the parking space at Bass Pro Shop, because I was picking up some stuff from for my son to go fishing, my wheels didn't rub on the inner fender, so that's what I needed to do to get that full 2 inches. I think when I first put it together, I was just like, let's try this and then raise it up as I need to, and I felt like I needed to, because of the rubbing when I go into reverse. For some reason it seems like it was catching on the fender and whatnot. So there's your answer to that one. That's the only big difference I noticed, but ride quality wise, it's still the same. So there you go. So I think it was roughly about a month ago, maybe a couple months ago or whatever, I contacted the owner of Level Up Suspension about adjusting this on the fly because I was having a hard time actually adjusting it. Yeah, I had both. You're supposed to get both front tires off the ground, which right now, I mean, obviously my driver's side is not, and my passenger side is actually off the ground. So after you do that, you take your punches, you go one up here, one down here, basically hold and spin. But with all the pressure and, you know, what he told me, that you're supposed to really lube this thing up, make sure it's spinnable, and make, unfortunately, you know, like I showed you guys earlier, I mean, when I did that, it was bending these things. That's why I really think a spanner wrench would have been absolutely perfect for this application. But unfortunately, this is what you know, they give you. It's still a good design, but the shock off. I mean, yeah, you got to undo all of this, but at the end, it is, to me, it's much easier. And then just compress your spring down a little bit and turn it where you want it, and set it and put it all back on it. I think without everything, probably took me roughly an hour or so, and that's including filming. It was such an easy thing to do, just pop it off real quick. Really like it. The E-Box springs is absolutely amazing. My personal opinion, if you guys are running this, which is a very nice kit, I'm not bashing Level Up by any means about their design or how it is, because I think it is a really good setup, and it rides really comfortably on or off-road. It is, I can't complain with it. It's such a great improvement to the truck. He did an amazing job on the material that they use. Is really high quality, and I'm very happy that it's on my truck. So the only downfall to it is just this part, that if you need to adjust it, it's just kind of more of a pain. But I've personally found it a lot easier to just pull the whole thing off the truck. So you can do it on the truck. It's just a pain, unless you have that thing really lubed up and ready to roll. But if you guys have been wheeling and getting crud in there from dirt, dust, mud, and water, or whatever, dirty water, it does make life a little bit harder. So yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys hitting the like button. I know on my last video I was gonna do the good giveaway, so that's gonna be in the next one. I just want to knock this one out while I was doing it, so stay tuned for the next one. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe button. My next goal is 2,000 subscribers. We hit 1,000, so that was this year's goal of hitting 1,000, and now we're gonna hit 2,000 and keep growing from there. So I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.